Obviously, getting Nicker's signature back was pretty big priority for us. You know what Matt brings, certainly on the ice. I think everybody knows that, but maybe a little bit more off the ice, possibly just as important, if not more. Certainly in the dressing room, you know, he's a natural leader, sticking up for all the guys, and certainly being a good teammate to everybody. But as well as the way he conducts himself in and around the rink and outside in the surrounding community. Matt was, you know, a pretty special player for us last year. So obviously I think that made a lot of people happy. Chris Auger and Scott Fleming, kind of a revamp of our center positions. But I think those guys bring a lot to the table. We identified in our lineup, that's where we wanted to make a few improvements. I think that's where we have. I think people will be quite excited to see these guys. They're dynamic, and certainly by all the references, and we've had some references from players within the team as well. So we're pretty pleased with those two signings.
And with the forwards, where we got like Jordan Fulton, Bobby Chamont, Matt Reber and Ned Lukacevic, you must be very excited to see these new players play amongst those guys.
Yeah, I said it numerous times in numerous interviews that you know, that was an incredible run that we went on last year. We peaked at the end of the season, but we didn't win anything. And in these lineups, sometimes just a little bit of fresh blood or a few tweaks pushes people on. Guys don't get into comfort zones, and I think that's important with this club, because although arguably we were the best or second best team in the second half of the season last year, still certainly areas for improvement, and I feel we've done it, but that remains to be seen. We'll get these guys back on the ice. As you can see, the ice is coming along very well. The staff here have done a great job in the rink over the summer, and we're going to start skating on Tuesday. It'll be with the local guys for a week. The imports should start filtering in the following week. We'll get a full week of training with those guys, ready for the Alberta games, and then another full week of training, and that'll take us into the Coventry home and away at the start of our season. Tommy Muir and Jamie Wilson have been with the club since back in the BNL days. In that time, they've seen you know, the level of play go up and down, but I feel that certainly with Thomas, that last year his game was certainly elevated, and I think it was the consistency that we noticed the most, rather than having you know, good periods or shifts or games intermingled. I think he brought it solidly for a whole season. His game matured. He kept it simple, and you know, he was well deserved in the award that he received at the end of the season. Jamie Wilson, you know, same thing. We know what we get out of Jamie year in and year out. Unfortunately, he struggled with some injuries and that, but we took care of some of those things this year, and we're hoping that Jamie Wilson comes in healthy and in shape, and if Jamie does that, gives him every chance to be a good, solid, you know, third liner in our lineup, and you know, and certainly for injury recovery and move up the lines. So we need Jamie to be healthy, but by all accounts he is. I've talked to him numerous times. Ewan Forsyth, another one of the local guys I've known for a long time, and a guy that we like having in the dressing room. He's a great teammate, very popular with all the players in the room. Struggled the second half of the season. We upped our game, and he was kind of one of the guys that didn't get a lot of ice time, which was unfortunate for him. But he understands the game. He's been around it long enough, and sometimes when you come upon a winning formula, it's very, very difficult to fight your way back into that lineup. But had a good meeting with Brucey, and he indicated that, you know, it was his goal to regain that full-time position, and I'm certainly game to give him that opportunity. He's got himself into good shape. He knows now that although these guys are all friends and teammates, there has to be a competitive edge, and if you want that spot, it's not going to be handed to you. So these guys are going to have to earn everything they get, because we are looking to take it up another level again this season. So it's going to be difficult, but all these guys will get all the chances available to them, but they have to go out and produce on the ice.
Still home to bring in another defenseman import. How's talks progressed with that player?
We're right there. We should have an announcement as soon as. We're pretty thrilled with all our new guys, and certainly the latest announcement will be hopefully one that's well received and fit into our lineup very well.
Announcement a few weeks ago was Derek Rail going to Braehead Clan. What's it going to be like playing against Derek Rail here next season?
Yeah, it was unfortunate that things didn't work out between us and Rail. I really liked the kid. He played. He left it all out in the ice. I think he's a young guy, and I think his game has some room to mature and go forward. But great player. I mean, he scored near enough 30 goals for us last year. That's not anything easy to do, especially a team that was in last place for the first half of the year. I think he'll be a formidable opponent. I got a lot of respect for Derek. I like him. He had a good relationship with him. It just it didn't work out for the direction the team was going. I wish him all the best. Except when they're playing us, of course. But I'm sure Derek will go on to have a long and successful career. Unfortunately, just not with us.
Just finally, just like under kind of 2 weeks until we play Aalborg in the friendlies, what's the preparation now between now and then with the Scottish players in pre-season and when the imports start flying in?
Well, yeah, I mean it's good. They're quite organised in the rink here this week. They've got the ice painted, the lines down, and we're ready to start skating on Tuesday with all the local guys and some of the young junior development players that we'll be looking to develop in the future. So it'll be a good hard week of preparation for us, kind of knocking a bit of the rust off, certainly getting guys into shape that maybe haven't done as much as they should have. So it'll be a tough week. And then hopefully, if everything goes to schedule, all the imports will be arriving the Monday, Tuesday the following week. We'll be skating every day that week, Monday to Friday, getting our systems back in place, getting the new guys used to the style that we play, and just getting prepped up for this Aalborg game, because we definitely want to come up and or come out and pick up where we left off. I know expectations will be high from the bums that'll be in the seats here, and you know what, our expectations are high as well. We're expecting the exact same thing. Whether that happens right off the bat, it remains to be seen, but I've talked to guys over the summer. They're excited to be back, and that's a good sign. Nobody's dragging their heels. Everybody wants to get their gear back on and get going. So we practice all week. We have the Aalborg games, which will be a good stern test, and 2 games at home, so no travel. And then we get another full week of prep before we go into Coventry home and away. It seems that we're always starting with those guys. They're going to be tough opponents. They're putting together a decent squad down there, and but we want to come out this season and having our existing team from last year, our returning guys from last year. I think we got a good chance at getting a great start.